Morning, Miss Christie. I'm Atanas Girang from Saji Communication. Now I'm going to tell you about a vehicle in Jakarta. My choice of vehicle is a car. Jakarta, or Indonesian Fiber capital, a city known for its energy, culture, and of course, its traffic. When it comes to getting around this bustling metropolis, the choice of transformation can make all the difference. Today, we're focusing on one of using a car in Jakarta. How does it compare to other popular options like Transjakarta, buses, or commuter trains? First, let's talk about the advantage of using a car. In Jakarta, cars often outmatch comfort and convenience. You have your own private space, you can control the temperature, play your favorite music, and travel directly to your destination without stops. For families or those carrying a lot of items, cars are especially practical, and if you're traveling late at night or in less crowded areas, cars can be a faster choice. Comfort and pricey door-to-door service, good for families or carrying item. That is the advantage of car, but there's a catch. Jakarta is noticed of the traffic jams during peak hours. The city streets can become parking lots with cars barely moving. This makes driving stressful and time-consuming, especially during the morning and evening rush. Parking can also be a challenge in busy areas, and the cost of fuel stalls is so much price, and parking fees can add up really quickly based on time. So the disadvantage of traffic congestion, high cost fuel tolls and parking, difficulty finding park. Now for the last one, now let's compare cars to transport option in Jakarta, starting with Transjakarta. Unlike cars, Transjakarta buses travel on dedicated lines. They have their own route, allowing them to bypass much of the traffic. This makes them a reliable choice, especially during rush hours. Buses are also more affordable than driving a car, making them a good budget option. Cars comfortable but affected by traffic. Transjakarta affordable dedicated lines, few traffic problems. However, Transjakarta buses can get really crowded during peak hours and you may need to stand for the duration of your trip. If privacy and comfort are a priority, a car is a better choice, of course. The downside is that the bus designed lanes don't cover every part of the city, so sometimes a car is still necessary for more remote destination. Now for the next part, let's compare the cars to Jakarta commuter trains, known as KRL or MRT. The KRL network is great for longer distance across Greater Jakarta, and it's one of the most fastest way to travel across the city during rush hours. Like Transjakarta, is also very affordable and environmentally friendly. However, KL trains can become very crowded too, just like Transjakarta, especially during rush hours. It's like from 12 to 5, 12 and 5. Trains can become very crowded, especially during rush hours. You might not get a seat. Plus, not every destination is accessible by train, so a car or a ride-sharing service like Gojek might still be needed for the last leg of your journey. You mean you have to walk by yourself. Cars is very comfortable, direct routes but affected by traffic again. KRL or MRT trains, fast, affordable, eco-friendly, but crowded and limited routes. In conclusion, using a car in Jakarta is a trade-off. It offers comfort, privacy, and different routes, but it comes at a cost of dealing with traffic and higher expense. If you value reliability and want to avoid the stress of traffic, thus Jakarta and KRL are excellent alternatives, especially if you don't mind a bit of crowding. For many Jakartans, the solution is a mix using public transport for the main journey and relying on your car by using Gojek or Grab or ride-hailing service for the final stretch. So, whatever you choose, a car, Transjakarta, or a train, the best storm solution in Jakarta depends on your priorities: comfort, cost, speed, convenience. So that's the end of my presentation. Thank you.